Me, 25, recently single. Still haunted by memories of my ex, Julia. Her mom, meanwhile, owns a local art gallery. Weird fact, she's hot. Like, how is she a mom, not a Bond villain? Hot. Get invited to networking dinner for my new marketing job. Go because free food. Emotional stability. Start chatting with this elegant woman in a red dress. She's witty, funny. Me, wow, she's incredible. Her, you remind me of someone. Me, clueless. Hopefully not your ex. She laughs. Something like that. Dinner goes great. We're trading stories, teasing each other. She calls me adorably awkward. I say she's criminally confident. She smirks. Careful, you're flirting with a dangerous woman. Me, I live for danger. Later that night, we step outside for air. She gives me that look, the I might ruin your life look. I actually want my life ruined. We exchange numbers. Me walking home like, damn, she's amazing. Next day, text her, had a great time, hope we can meet again. She replies, you might regret that when you find out who I am. Confused, later that afternoon, get a call from Julia. You were at that dinner last night? Yeah, why? My mom said she ran into someone interesting. Brain has stopped working. Wait, her mom? I checked the photo she posted. Same woman, same dress, same devastating smirk. My face when I accidentally flirted with my ex's mom. And she flirted back? Wake up with a sense of dread. Just realized I was flirting with my ex's mom, aka the woman who raised my heartbreak. Brain, avoid her. Heart. But she's kinda amazing though. Me, shut up traitor. Plan is simple. 1. Delete her number. Second act like last night never happened. 3. Avoid all gallery events until the end of time. That lasts exactly 48 hours. Get invited by boss to art exhibition. Networking opportunity, Alex. The gallery owner's a big client. Yeah, that gallery, owned by her. Arrive praying she won't be there. Immediately see her across the room. Red dress again, like destiny wants to kill me stylishly. She notices me, smiles. Oh no. She walks over, confident, amused, carrying a glass of champagne. So, we meet again. Accident or fate. Me choking on air. Statistically speaking, probably misfortune. She laughs. Of course she laughs. Julia also shows up. My ex, great. Now it's a total family disaster. Julia. Mom, you remember Alex? Her mom, smirking. Oh, believe me, I do. Me. Internally screaming in 4K. Awkward silence. Julia looks confused. I make an excuse to escape. 5 minutes later, text from her mom. Next time, you're buying the drinks? Somewhere deep inside. I know I should stop this, but curiosity's louder than logic, and part of me wants to know. What happens if I don't run this time? Decide to clear the air before this turns into an emotional car crash. Text her. Can we talk? Just to avoid any misunderstandings. She replies instantly. Of course. 7 p.m. My favorite cafe. Dress nice. Wait, that sounds suspiciously like a date, but too late to back out now. Show up trying to look professional. She's already there, perfect as usual. Hair pinned up, confident smile, the kind that makes you forget basic math. So, she says, you wanted to talk about misunderstandings. Yeah, specifically the one where I accidentally flirted with my ex's mom. Me, I just wanted to make sure you know it wasn't intentional. Her, flirting rarely is. The best kind never is. Me stops responding. She sips her wine, eyes locked on me like she's reading my browser history. We talk, or at least I try to. She teases me about my nervousness. You're adorable when you're trying to be serious. Me, you're terrifying when you're being nice. Her, balance. Conversation drifts from art to relationships. She's sharp, funny, and honestly way too grounded for someone this intimidating. I start relaxing, until she leans closer. You know, she says softly, Julia always dated boys who couldn't handle confidence. You might be the exception. Me, nervous laughter. Thanks, I think. Her, don't overthink it, Alex. Just take the compliment. Night goes way too fast. We step outside, cool breeze, city lights. She smiles. I had a good time. Me too. Her, Then stop calling it a misunderstanding. She walks away. I just stand there, stunned. My ex's mom just made my heart skip a beat. Again. Wake up in a bed that's not mine. Sheets smell like expensive perfume and terrible decisions. Brain boots up slowly. Remember the night before. The wine, the teasing, the "you're not like other boys" line. Then, blackout. Realization hits like a truck. Oh God. I slept with my ex's mom. Look to the side. She's there, perfectly calm, scrolling her phone like it's a Monday meeting. Me, morning. Her, smirking. You say that like you didn't enjoy last night. My soul leaves my body. Try to act casual, fail miserably. Trip over her robe, bump into furniture. Life is pain. She laughs quietly, all confident and unbothered. Relax, Alex. We're two adults who had fun. It's not a crime. Me, no, but it feels like one. As I try to gather my dignity, the doorbell rings. She freezes. Her, oh no. Me, oh no what? Her, that's Julia. Me, oh no what? I barely have time to panic before she opens the door. Julia walks in, coffee in hand. Mom, I wanted to... She stops mid-sentence, sees my shoes by the couch, sees me standing awkwardly behind the doorway, shirt half tucked, guilt radiating off me like Wi-Fi. Julia has stopped responding. Silence. Birds outside literally stop chirping. She blinks. Once, twice. Then just says coldly, "You've got to be kidding me." I open my mouth to explain, but what can you even say? Surprise, your mom's a better conversationalist? It's not what it looks like when it's exactly what it looks like. Julia grabs her purse, storms out without another word. Door slams. Her mom sighs, sips coffee like nothing happened. Well, she says, that could have gone smoother. Me, you think? And that's how I officially achieved what no man should ever achieve. Ruined my reputation, destroyed my ex's peace, and somehow caught feelings for her mom. 2 days after the apocalypse, still trying to process the fact that I accidentally turned my dating life into a daytime soap opera. Decide best course of action equals lay low, act normal, avoid all human contact. Walk into office. Everyone's suspiciously quiet, eyes following me like I'm the main character in a reality show. They all binge, start feeling uneasy. Then, boom! Office door slams open. It's Julia, full fury mode unlocked. Red face, shaking, holding her iced latte like a weapon of justice. You think you can just sleep with my mom and pretend like nothing happened? Entire office collectively gasps like they just watched a plot twist in Game of Thrones. My boss literally peeks out of his office like a meerkat. Me? Julia, can we not? Julia. Oh no, we're doing this here. Coworker Dan whispers, this is better than Netflix. HR lady typing furiously like she's writing a thesis on workplace trauma. Julia keeps going. Was she better, huh? Did she teach you things, Alex? Some guy in back snorts coffee through his nose. Me wanting to melt into the carpet. Finally, my boss steps out. Miss, personal matters shouldn't be discussed in the workplace. Julia turns to him, points at me. Then tell your employee to stop ruining families. Boss crashes, quietly goes back into his office. Security eventually escorts her out. Me left, standing in silence. HR gives me, we need to talk look. Coworkers trying not to laugh. Dan pats my shoulder. Bro, you didn't just date her mom, you main quested her mom. Whole office bursts out laughing. Me. Critical failure. Get called into HR office, expecting termination. Instead, she sighs. We're not firing you, but please, no more family drama in company premises. Me. You got it. Leave her office. Hear whispers immediately start again. That's him. The mom guy. And that's how I became a legend for all the wrong reasons. Day after office meltdown. Half of company now calls me MILF Whisperer. Consider moving to another city, changing name, growing beard, living as a monk. Evening, doorbell rings. Check peephole. Oh no, it's her. Julia's mom, aka Laura, aka the reason HR has my name on a sticky note. Open door awkwardly. She looks calm, composed, and way too put together for the chaos she caused in my life. Can we talk? Me. Do I have a choice? Not really. Fair enough. She walks in like she owns the place, sets her purse down, glances around. You live like a man who doesn't have curtains. Because I am a man who doesn't have curtains. Figures. Sit opposite each other. 10 seconds of silence. Me. So, that went well. Julia's dramatic, but she'll get over it. She always does. I don't think the office will. She smirks. Maybe they're just jealous. Me overheating. Finally, I sigh. Look, I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I know, she says quietly. It wasn't exactly my proudest decision either. Pause. She looks at me. Really looks. But I don't regret it. Heart stopped responding. I try to say something smart like, me neither, but it comes out more like a confused mumble. She laughs softly. You're cute when you panic. Me. That's not helping. She stands up, walks closer, places a hand on my shoulder. You've had a rough week. Let's just say I came here to apologize. Accepted. And maybe to make it up to you. Brain. Abort mission. Heart. Let her talk. She kisses my cheek, soft, brief, and for a second, I forget how complicated this all is. She pulls away, smiles faintly. You're a good man, Alex. Don't let my daughter convince you otherwise. Grabs her purse, walks to the door, turns back once more. Dinner sometime? As adults this time? Me. Yeah? I'd like that. She smiles. Then it's a date. Door closes. I sit there, stunned. Dan texts me later. So, second mom, date confirmed? Me. Get lost. Him. Already there, bro. Save me a seat. A week later, reputation still in ruins, but at least I'm not trending in the office Slack anymore. Laura texted, dinner tonight? No drama, promise. Decide to risk it. Dress nice, try to look like man whose love life isn't a sitcom. Meet her at quiet, classy restaurant. She looks stunning. Elegant dress, confident smile, glass of wine already half gone. Me, you sure this is a good idea? Probably not. But good ideas are boring. Okay, fair point. Dinner actually goes great. We laugh, talk about work, life, how insane the past week's been. Turns out she's funny, sharp humor, calm energy, total contrast to her daughter's chaos. She says, you know, Julia always goes for the loud ones. Never thought she'd lose her mind over someone decent. Me. High praise, I think. Take the compliment before I change my mind. For first time in forever, I relax. Then, as if summoned by irony itself, the door opens, Julia walks in, with friends. Our eyes meet instantly. The universe pauses to laugh at me. Her jaw drops. Her friends whisper. Laura mutters, Of course! Julia storms over. You've got to be kidding me again. Restaurant goes dead silent. Me. Julia, it's just dinner. Dinner? With my mom. Laura sighs like she's explaining algebra to a toddler. Julia, we're both adults. Yeah, gross adults. One of her friends starts filming. Laura calmly takes her wine glass, stares her daughter down. Put the phone away, or I'll tell your mother what really happened at your 21st birthday. Friend immediately hides the phone. Legendary intimidation skill unlocked. Julia looks between us, furious. You can have him. He's your problem now. Storms out again, almost trips on rug. Restaurant collectively exhales. Laura just takes a sip of wine like nothing happened. Well, she says, that went better than last time. I can't help laughing. You have a very optimistic definition of better. You're still here, aren't you? We finish dinner, still laughing. She drives me home. Before I get out, she says softly, You sure you want to keep doing this? It's messy. Yeah, but worth it. She smiles. Good answer. And that's how I ended my most chaotic dinner date. Still somehow in the game. And, against all odds, falling for my ex's mom. 2 months after Dinnergate, HR finally stopped giving me the side eye. Office gossip cooling down, replaced by new scandal about stolen lunches. Life surprisingly peaceful. Laura and I still seeing each other. No drama, no hiding, no weirdness. Okay, maybe a little. She's steady, confident, funny. It's weird how right it feels after everything. We spend weekends together, sometimes cook, sometimes just watch movies. She rolls her eyes when I pick dumb comedies. I roll my eyes when she picks documentaries about wine or architecture. It works. Julia eventually texts, "I'm over it. Don't make me regret maturing." I reply, "Wouldn't dream of it." She doesn't block me again. Progress that one Sunday, we all end up in the same cafe. Me, Laura, Julia. Awkward silence for the first 10 minutes. Julia finally says, "You make her happy." I can see that. Laura smiles softly. Me, "I try my best." Julia, "Yeah, well, don't screw it up. I don't want to deal with both of you crying." Classic exit line. Finishes her coffee and leaves. Laura chuckles. That went surprisingly well. She didn't throw a drink at me. I'll take that as victory. Drive home after. She leans over, resting her hand on mine. "You realize how insane this all was?" "Totally, but kinda worth it. Completely worth it."